Also, would it be okay if you sort of say a few words to sort of like introduce yourself, like this is who I am, yeah, this is what I do? That'd be great.
Yeah, let me know when you're ready. My name is Danny Dozie, professional athlete for the Bristol Flyers, captain, motivational speaker, and mentor for young people in the community and society.
I'm born and bred Londoner. I'm a mother of four and a grandmother of four. I'm an artist. I was a musician. I suppose I could still say I'm a musician, although I haven't played anything for a long, long time. I've been on the stage. I've done a lot.
Playing a sport and basketball itself gives people of color an advantage or a platform to speak on some of the issues that go on, whether in sport or even outside of sport.
It's a very, very recent change I've seen, which I most definitely applaud, and that would be the Black Lives Matter movement. I've lived in a predominantly white environment for most of my life, so to finally find a group of people and thousands of people that are now speaking out about racism and everything that we've had to live through is wonderful for me.
I am a big promoter of mindfulness and positive thinking, and in terms of like staying positive, you know, with the whole current situation socially, yeah, sometimes it is hard to stay positive. Events happen again and again, and it's almost reiterating that nothing's going to get better. So what's the point of being positive?
You sort of just get used to being treated in a certain way. You just get used to the way society looks at you. And I didn't expect anything to be any different.
To kind of defeat that element of doubt or that element of negativity, it sometimes presents a challenge because you want to kind of go off of something that confirms that, oh, everything's going to be okay, or there's going to be a little bit of hope for the future.
We have never, ever had people to stand up for us other than, say, you know, Martin Luther King.
We are determined to have the ballot, and we are determined to have it now.
I see the Black Lives Matter movement as everybody can speak up, and I think that's the major difference, you know. It's a movement. It's about saying enough is enough, basically.
What was I going to say? I was going into Witherspoon's one time here in Bristol, and literally this was in 2018 when the World Cup and everything was on, and my girlfriend was in the pub, but I was standing outside trying to get in, and the person at the door, who was a white man with two black security guards, whatever, he wouldn't let me in for whatever reason. A few moments later, this white guy, he literally walked him through the pub and walked him to wherever he needed to go. And then I was standing there and I'm like, yo, wait a minute. Like, I'm asking just to stand right here, and that's a problem, but then you just literally let him walk through the whole pub and without a problem. And I remember I was so pissed off because it's kind of like I intuitively knew, okay, something isn't right.
My biological mother was white and my biological father was black. So I'm like, you know, mixed race. But I remember thinking at that time, because they were saying, people were saying, oh, you know, all the blacks should go back. They should go back home. And I was thinking, well, where am I going to go? I haven't got anywhere. My children I had with a white man, so they came out very fair. And I used to get racism from both sides then, because, the blacks would look at me and think, and think, oh, you've had a white man's child. And then the whites would look at me as if to, and say the same sort of thing, really. And I'll always remember walking up the high street and there was a McDonald's. I noticed them looking as I walked up, and as I passed them, I heard one of them sucking through his teeth. And then he said something along the lines of, what are you doing with a white man's child?
That's the experience that we sometimes come across. And that's just That was just trying to get into a club, just into a pub. Just imagine what other people feel like trying to get job opportunities. So my thoughts on how the media and the general public have responded to the BLM movement. It's been pretty and ugly at the same time.
The media, I don't have a lot of faith in. I think they try and label people too much. And to say that all, Black Lives Matters events are to be seen as aggressive is wrong, and I think that there are media people that do try and portray that, and I don't like that. We don't want to be seen as just causing trouble, and it's got nothing, to me, Black Lives Matter's got nothing to do with being violent. If I was in a march, I'm not there to attack white people. Why would I?
When would I think things would change? To be honest, it's actually hard to put a timeline on things. I could say the next 2 years, 5 years. I would say within our generation. I think change will come eventually, as long as those who are willing to put the best foot forward for momentum of change. In order for that to happen, it's like people have to just keep speaking up about it, keep educating yourself, understand the psychology of just our minds and how we perceive people in society. Because people think, if this person looks like that, then it must be this or it must be that. It's almost kind of like, in order for equality to actually exist, we have to get rid of the biases that exist underneath our conscious mind, if that makes sense. If there's anything I'll change, it's definitely just how we view each other. If we're all equal, then let's treat each other like we all equal. See past the image of the person and see into the person. My thoughts on All Lives Matter, that debate, correct. It's not to say that all lives don't matter. All lives do matter, okay?
Just because you support Black Lives Matter does not mean that you don't like white people. And people need to realise that. One doesn't have to fight the other. I believe Black Lives Matter, and I also believe White Lives Matter. And for people, and by people I mean the media, to try and make that into a boxing match, it's not the way it should be.
Life presents a lot of options and a lot of reasons to quit. Find that one reason, even in a vast amount of reasons that you have to quit, find that one reason why not to, and see where it takes you from there. I think that's what my message would be.
If I had to speak to people, I would say, have love in your heart. We all matter, guys. It doesn't matter who we are. We all matter. And that's the most important thing. Just have love in your heart and peace in your soul.